well, I guess it's just kind of a foregone conclusion that the entire world is going to see me naked. Right? The whole world's going to see me naked. There's nothing I can do about it. Thousands of people probably already have. It's horrible. Yeah. But I guess I can talk. It doesn't mean it's kind of like, it's not like it's like out of nowhere and I'm about to talk about. But I might as well. You know, I mean, it's just the conglomerate drives me crazy because it's so, you know, it's euphemisms for everything are like just like disgusting. They're disgusting euphemisms, you know, and all of its symbols and everything. It just drives me crazy, you know. And there's no real information in anything that it says. It in fact relies on lies, total lies. Like the idea that it's okay to have sex with kids, you know, is such a total lie. And everything surrounding all of that is such a lie. It's unbelievable. So anyway, here I'm gonna talk about getting my period. I got my period today, and I thought I was probably gonna get it like around this time because I usually get it like at the beginning of the month. So this is more or less the beginning of the next month, right? Actually I haven't. That was at least under that car. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, so it took a long time for me to be like have a regular period. I didn't used to have them. I didn't even get it to my sophomore year in high school, and then I didn't get it very often. It was like every few months I would get it. I think I was just too thin, which was not intentional. I just was busy, you know, did sports, and you know, I had salad for lunch. Yeah, I would usually like hit the salad bar for lunch. Like they had macaroni salad and like regular green salad, and they had this really good bread that they made. I would get like a big thick slice of homemade bread, and then I would get like an orange juice, and that was lunch. I would eat that for lunch, and then I'd have like, you know, I had sports usually in the afternoon, and then by the time my mother would like pick me up, I was like starving, and sometimes she would buy me like like a box of cookies, like the type of cookies that she knew I liked, and I would like eat the entire thing before I got home, and then I would have dinner, and then I would study, and then I would go to sleep. Oh, look at this, C9P. Please don't. I just, you know, I mean, it's so gross. It's so gross. And the hardest part of it is that all of the publicity around this is making me seem like I'm someone who like has all these like fetishes and like weird things that I like, and I don't like any of them. Like, he is not a part of was not one of my sexual interests at all. You know, I'm not a big fan of body hair. You know, literally everything the Glamour says about me is just a total lie. So anyway, yeah, and then when I got older, I think there was like, in my late teens, I think the stress of my life was just so intense that I didn't get it for a while, and then they put me on medication, and then the medications like screwed up my hormones, so then I didn't get it. And there was actually this one time, I think my sophomore year in college, where I told the doctor, look, I don't even know the last time I had my period. It's been like a year, and she was like, all right, well, it's probably these meds you're taking. So she gave me something to like induce a period. It was that bad, how screwed up everything was. And then there were just like, you know, other times when I was like too strapped or too thin or whatever it is. But for the past 3 years, it's been pretty predictable. So somehow in the past few years, finally nearing 40, I've kind of settled into a pattern, which is kind of near the beginning of the month, and it's about 3 days. Like, really, it's like, by the time I get it, it's almost over. It's practically over because it's like so short. It's like 3 days, and then like some spotting maybe for like a couple of days after that, and then done, and then that's it, and almost no cramping. But of course now, I noticed this today. I did have some cramping, and it was worse than usual, a lot worse than usual. You know, I mean, it's just, my whole life is just like on display for the entire world. I also tend to be, this is kind of funny too, I also tend to be predictably like suicidal like the day before. Just like the day before. So 9:48 like, it's not that I'm not at other times when things are going so badly and I can't imagine they're gonna get any better. It's just, it's more that if things are, it's more a question of like, things overwhelm me more. So even so, if things are going pretty well, you know, I might still feel like really, really depressed like right the day before. And then if things are not going well, then if I go into this like acute like tizzy of like just, oh my god, my whole life is hopeless, I should always remember like what day of the month it is, because it is literally the next day I am almost guaranteed to get my period. And why that is, I don't know, but it's just one of those things. So anyway, there's my spiel. I don't so much like being approached about these things. You know what I mean? Like, why I told all that stuff. There's a number of reasons, I suppose. You know, I'm just a person. You know, and everything that's happening to me, like, just don't forget, like, you're torturing a person. I'm not a mythic figure. You know, ugh. And that just seems to be like forgotten, like so many times over. It just gets forgotten and forgotten and forgotten. That I'm just like, I really am just like this one person who's dealing with all of this stuff. And probably it's the general decency of humanity. In fact, that is the reason that I'm not dead or raped. You know, I mean, that's the real reason. Even with all the horrible things that happen to me all the time, and how creepy people get when they're around me, a lot of the times, there's probably a lot of people who are just minding their own business the best they can, and are horrified by what's going on if they've heard of it, you know, and sort of just, yeah, again, you know, as upset as I get at all the grossness that's bombarding me all the time, you know, it's probably just sort of the majority of people are still pretty decent, and that's why I'm still alive, probably. That's, you know, in my more optimistic, you know, hours, that's how I feel about it.